pick up the locusts. Or rather, Swarmos. Once they get some detection with them. So that's, it's not like it never happens, but it is a rare sight, and it is rather comical when you see floating Swarmos. There's not many things sadder.
Can you lift Ultralisks?
No.
You can't lift Ultralisks, correct?
No.
Okay. Nor Thors, yeah, because Phoenixes don't lift.
I mean, some reference to old memes.
Yes.
A similar scenario is when they lift siege tanks, but that's not as, like...
That's pretty almost on par.
Yeah, it's not quite to the same level, though, because, like... The siege tank doesn't flail. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, fair point.
The swarm host flails when it is lifted.
Everything looks better when it's flailing in the air, being blasted apart by Phoenixes.
The siege tank just derps. Well, I guess he's not doing that. His phoenixes are just chilling at the watchtower.
Chilling with the Zerglings.
Yep. They're discussing the Zerg surrender.
And we just go to the spawning pools, jacuzzi.
No, yes.
Paragraphs, the animations.
Yeah.
That really is a good question. What happens to all those Zerg units after the Protoss win?
They turn feral again and don't have a voice in the sky telling them what to do.
That's really interesting. I've never really thought about it, because all these games, it's not like every single thing is dead. It's rather rare, so... What just happens to them?
They turn feral again.
I mean, like the Protoss and the Terrans that lose, and...
Oh.
Is it just like a mass slaughter, or they line up for execution, or...
They go back home?
They make friends and establish a new colony together to be peaceful, now that they no longer have voices in the sky war telling them to kill each other. This doesn't sound familiar at all.
Where did we talk about this?
Consider what I'm writing.
Oh, okay. Isn't that more book 2, not book 1?
The end of book 1.
Okay.
EO invasion.
Okay. So there's gonna be some roaches harassing this third. There's plenty of cannons there, so I don't even know if he'll warp in to support that. He doesn't really need to. Does have a warp prism out on the map, so he doesn't have to worry about getting a pylon out there for reinforcements. His locusts are all dying, and he has 4 more gateways, so he's just looking to kill Sulky now. It's not really an all-in because his economy is so far ahead, but he is definitely looking to do a lot of damage, and I mean, At this point, he's really just collecting everything that he's earned all game. Those Phoenixes are finally gonna pick up some more units. After sitting at the watchtower for ages. It's not as satisfying as the Swarmos. I wish they would go pick up the Swarmos, really. Roaches are gonna run into the natural and main. Natural and or main, I should say. The Roaches are gonna come from behind. Time Warp goes down. I mean, there's just the Protoss army is just so strong. There are Roaches countering, but I just don't see them doing anything all that interesting. Useful. And we get the flailing swarm hose.
Ah, victory. See the flail and squirm and die.
Yes.
You're very good examples of the voices in the sky.
Huh?
We just are perfect examples of the voices in the sky.
The Roaches have stopped moving because... or they're on a move because... I mean, those Roaches just are not going to get very much done. He really needs to stop this Protoss force, and he doesn't have the tools to stop this Protoss force. I mean, he has as good of a spread as he's going to get with his Swarm Host. He's gonna pull all his drones from the 3rd and natural and go for a last hurrah as his Spire finishes up. Of course, that Spire is far too late. And yes, he would love Corruptors, but more flailing Swarm Host, and I think at this point Soulkey is just disappointed that he's being knocked out in the round of 32. Surely he knows he's dead.
In quarterfinals and so many things, and just, wow.
Yeah. He's gonna try to get the natural, but I mean, getting the natural at the cost of most of your army and your own 3rd and natural doesn't really work. Because I mean, that's basically what he's gonna lose, at least if he manages to stabilize, which I don't think he will. Like, I mean, in theory, by the time the Protoss runs over his 3rd and natural, he could get Corruptors out. And then with once the Corruptors clear the Colossi, then his Swarm Hosts could potentially clear the Stalkers. But I mean, there's just so much DPS in this Protoss army. These Roaches do represent some hope, I suppose. But I mean, look at this. Zest is floating resources because he doesn't need more army. And we have more flailing Swarm Hosts.
Playing with all Soulkey's distress of this heading defeat.
Yeah. The Void Rays have Oh no, they've caused the roaches to run away. And that's gonna be GG.
Alright.
Thoughts?
So we kind of a battle of titans here, and it looks like Zest was just a superior PvZ.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Let me see what we're casting next week, and while I do that, what are the standings?
Alright. The top ranked Protoss is Hero at 1825, ranked at 2nd, who is beaten by Life in 1st place at 1950, and Hero is above Maru, who is at 1400. The top Team Acer player at the current moment is MMA at 600 points, tied with both Solar and Lenok at 600 points. The top foreigner at this time at rank 27 is Snoot at 450 points, tied with Polton Fantasy and overcoming Ming Sunik at 400.
Myunchik?
Myunchik.
Let's see. Next week we are casting. Next week we are casting Innovation versus Stats and Innovation versus Parting. So get ready for some PvT.
There.
Alrighty then. Well, that can... Oh, next week I'll be...
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I don't know when we're casting next week, but we are casting. I just don't know when.
Alright.
So this has been Finding Aiur, and we'll see you guys next week.
Farewell.